Well, that's it for value. Now let's move on to protection. It's one thing getting dealt good hands, but it's another thing when we lose with them. In this example, Michelle has a pair of kings, commonly referred to as the cowboys. The correct play here is that she should raise with the hand. As you can see, no one has a good hand, and Michelle's raise of 8,000 does its job and pushes out all the weaker hands. This result is a little disappointing to Michelle, as she hoped to run in to someone else holding a good hand like pocket queens or pocket jacks, where her kings would have been a huge favourite. She did, however, win the blinds, and it is a lot better to win a small pot than to lose a monster. Let's have a look at how failing to protect this hand can go awfully wrong. The other option is that Michelle just limps in with her pocket kings. Now, some people may say that they don't want to scare away the other customers. Out of 240 possible poker hands, we have the second best. So we would like to make some money out of this hand. This is true, but as I said before, I'd rather win a small pot than lose a big one. This flop could spell disaster for Michelle and her pair of kings. Michael has made two pairs, 7s and 3s. Michael has a monster hand in this position, and he decides to bet out 5,000. This is the right play.
Michael's bet certainly doesn't scare Michelle. At best she's got him on a jack, or possibly a diamond flush draw, but she's 100% sure that her kings at this point are in front. She comes out and puts in a large raise of 20,000.
At this point, Michael has two options. He figures that he's definitely in front. He can either move all in and put the pressure back on Michelle, which is the right play, or he could just simply call the 20,000 and wait for Michelle to bet again on the turn. He decides in this instant to move all in. Michelle now is a little bit concerned. Alarm bells should be ringing for Michelle after Michael's all-in bet. She was, however, 100% sure that her pocket kings were in front. She can't admit that her big hand is behind, and she pushes in the rest of her chips. The dealer turns over the Queen of Hearts, and the river brings no improvement for either player. Michael, with one of the worst starting hands in poker, has won a huge pot, but this time a bad starting hand has given him two pairs, 7s over 3s. Michelle played the hand very badly. Mistake number one was that Michelle limped in with the best hand. How could have Michael possibly called with 7-3 offsuit? Mistake number two was that Michelle failed to realise that she was well behind in this pot. Michael's bet should have informed her that he had drawn to a monster. You need to be able to lay down these big hands when you know you're behind. Master the principles of value and protection, and it's going to make your life a lot easier. Firstly, you're going to win a lot more money, and secondly, and most importantly, you're going to save your sanity because you're not going to be copying as many bad beats. Practice these skills and you're going to be a long way down the road of being a much better poker player. I'm James Potter and I'm pushing the chips in your direction.